series, and already the red flag being displayed for Bubba Wallace Jr. Incident over on the back straightaway.
He's in that 6 car right there. It looks like the 98 of Eric Almirola just gets into that left rear corner, turns Bubba around. He does a pretty good job trying to keep that thing back on the down on the bottom, but it slid up into the outside wall, and we heard Bubba on the radio say, back up.
Yeah, this is not how you wanted to get started in your very first practice of 2016.
Riding here with teammate Ryan Reed.
Looked like Bubba may be moving down the racetrack to follow the 22 car that was out front, possibly.
Line up there himself. If I'm racing in this, got some smoke up there ahead.
85 of Bobby Gerhardt.
Must have had a right front issue. I noticed Bobby was trailing back. He wasn't in that lead pack.
And there's the caution
flag is out. But if I'm a racer in this event,
a lot of right front damage here.
I'm going to make a note. Casey Kane's got a fast car. He was able to do something special.
And Ryan Preece got a piece of the action too. 2013 modified champion, struggling in his Daytona debut.
He hadn't struggled down here in Florida, though. He's won short track races about every night. So that kid's tremendously talented. Unfortunate break early.
Picked up the Richie Evans 100 last night. Modified race over at New Smyrna did Ryan Preece. Working his way back, already knocking on the door of the top 10, despite the fact he made that pit stop into Bobby Labonte, and they're out of shape on the back straightaway. That's Jeff Burton in the 43 sliding through the grass. Second caution of the afternoon, and Bobby Labonte also gets turned around.
And that was just a chain effect. You could see those cars start to check up there, and as it got 4 or 5 cars further back, they started spinning out just from the the force of the cars. So yeah, I'd like to see how that started for sure.
You talked about the bump draft would go wrong.
Yeah,
that didn't take long.
It doesn't take much.
Saw the 43, the 18, we identified them. Also saw the 48 of Brennan Poole running for Rookie of the Year out of the Chip Ganassi stables.
Another car to pit road, Kyle Larson in the 42. He has issues.
Brandon Jones had that grass on the grill.
Eric Jones with problems as well. He's got some damage on the 20 car. See the right rear torn up there.
It starts up here with the 2 car. Looks like he's backing up trying to get a run so he can stack that lineup. And as it got 5 or 6 cars back and that gap closed that you were talking about, the rear ending started getting harder from the cars that had the biggest gap.
And you kids at home, that's why you're not supposed to tailgate.
That's right.
It doesn't work well. And these guys just had the gap close up on them. They couldn't see through the cars ahead of them. And you could see right there, bam, bam, bam.
Watch Chase Elliott. All of this happens. He drives through it. Had made a pit stop earlier, stays out here, and now the 88 is in the race lead.
A little bit. The team told him, don't worry, everything's going to be okay. But then when we went back to green, he had this to say on his radio.
That caution happened. I was running behind the 22, and halfway down the backstretch, man, it was like the motor just stopped. It was like I got side drafted real hard. I don't know why. I was in line for the 22. It just, I don't know, it sounded weird, different.
While you were talking there, our third caution of the afternoon, Chris, for the 90 car of Martin Waugh. He was running 29th deep in the field. Incident happened over in turns 1 and 2. Round of green flag pit stops that brought out the caution. Already yellow flag number 3.
Yeah, and that's got the looks of a tire going down. I'm sure from the wreck or something there was some debris on the track, and he just cut a right front tire and got in the wall.
On board with Ryan Reed, who was back there after making that pit stop moments ago.
Oh, he got loose somehow.
Yeah.
Must have been contact.
Coming down. You're over top, clear high. Caution down.
Close call for Blake Cook and others.
Winning races here. He's gone to having speed and being competitive on Sundays, and it sticks out like a sore thumb.
We got a smoker there, middle lane. Back behind Joey Logano. Looks like someone who had damage earlier. That looks like Kyle Larson, maybe a tire rub in the draft. He got that damage on the left front. Second caution of the afternoon.
Left front tire rub right here, guys. Just be ready.
Wow.
Still middle 3.
That's a bad place to be with a tire rub.
25, and you try to get up in the top here so you don't have a huge wreck.
That's a good call, Spotter.
Top clear.
Yeah, and the best thing he can do right now, that's a big enough tire rub. He just needs to drop out of the pack, get to the back of the pack, come to pit road, take your lumps, and see how the rest of the day plays out. It's a lot easier with your car not wrecked than it is.
Yeah, he's on the lead lap. We've seen that's exactly what he's doing. I think that tire's down.
Stay high. After the 11, you got 6 more. 3 more, 2 more. Now, all the way down.
The next flag going to end this one. The caution or the checkers. Can Chase Elliott hang on? 11 races at Daytona. Had a last lap pass for the win.
It looks like more aggressive on the outside. Look, here comes Logano. He's to Elliott.
Elliott goes up for the block. Opens the door for Sadler down low. He's working the double yellow line as they head to turn 3.
Logano's not clear.
Logano pushing him forward. When do you make the move if you're Joey Logano?
You hop to the outside as soon as you can now.
Last year's Daytona 500 winner. The man that will start on the pole tomorrow. Could there be contact? Chase Elliott.
Wow.
Dramatic finish at Daytona. Gets the checker flag.
What a block by Chase Elliott.
You really saw the outside lane with the momentum. And, you know, the bottom lane just never got connected. But when that tandem draft like that is basically what happened, they were connected. Joey Logano knew that he was going to have one chance to pull off that bumper, keep the air on the right rear. And Chase just doesn't leave him enough room when they get off of turn 4 here to really finish that pass.
He does a great job right there. He uses the wall as a pick, too. You know, if he had dove to the yellow line, then that would have given Logano plenty of room. But he had to squeeze between Chase Elliott and that outside wall, and he just couldn't make that move work.
They hit a lot harder than I thought they did. There's a lot more contact.
Right here's the move. Chase up high. Look at that.
Drag it back.
How did he keep that thing from spinning?
I don't know. That could have been the whole field crashed right there. I mean, it caved the whole quarter panel in on that car. That was really, really aggressive.
I go back to Thursday in the duel.
Look at him turning right. Look at that driving right there.
Chase Elliott in the qualifying race here, learning from one of the best, Dale Earnhardt Jr., his Sprint Cup teammate. And look at the audience he has high above Daytona International Speedway. Roger Penske among those watching on.
He's about to become the 3rd driver to lead this 500.
Hang on to her, Denny.
Almost got her behind you. He's still digging. All good.
That was Kevin Harvick.
Oh, that was Harvick.
That
Sorry
went way
about
off
that.
track, below the yellow line.
What an incredible save. Do you know how difficult it is? I guarantee he was full lock to the right coming off there, and all that was aerodynamics, just taking the air right off of Kevin Harvick's rear bumper.
Wow. That was
3
incredible.
wide for second as they battle. We're going to show you what happened to Kevin Harvick. Watch the number 4.
Here we see he's just sucking up to the 18. He's got a good push from the 41. The 88 comes down, takes a little air off the outside of the car. Oh, wow, that is incredible. And then he locks up the left front tire, straightening it up.
Good.
It's a really vulnerable position to be in when you close up on that car in front of you right here.
Out of the 4th turn, one car goes sliding toward the infield wall. It's Chase Elliott.
Oh, no.
Regan Smith spins out in the Trioval, and when Elliott's car hit that grass, it's like the blade of a shovel hitting the turf. The front splitter just hits it and digs in. We're under the first caution of the day.
Yeah, he was running 8th and doing a pretty nice job of just trying to mind his manners there, I think. Let's see what happened.
Yeah, I was really hoping that car would spin backwards into that grass. We see how this grass just grabs that splitter and rips it off, and that's exactly what happened to Chase Elliott.
Right in here.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, it's also a tricky place to be. I mean, we're starting to see handling become a big issue. You can see the back of the car just comes up out a little bit. Looks like the 19th of Carl Edwards. When he got up to his left rear, it just started pushing the air on that car, and it just took the air off of his spoiler, and around he came.
It just stepped out, and I think it shows, Jeff and I were talking about this earlier, how hot the 3rd and 4th turn is, because the sun beams down on that end of the speedway. Then we got a little tailwind off of turn 4, and we've seen a number of cars get loose.
Watch this as he gets to the Trioval grass. Bam. And that blade just digs in.
Yep. Just rips the nose right off the car. Here you go. Boom.
Oh. Not sure if there was any damage to the front of Carl Edwards, number 19, as Elliott came right across his back.
Less and less.
Wow.
And that's a big impact from inside the car as well.
Because safety vehicles are working right at the entrance to pit road is closed. Turn 4, Brian Vickers goes for a spin. Everybody takes evasive action and gets by without further incident.
Back on the brake.
Back on the brake. Back on the brake. There you go.
The 19 car, Carl Edwards, he got damaged. The 6 of Trevor Bayne, he got damaged. Several cars damaged in a chain reaction there.
We knew it was coming. We've seen these cars moving around a lot. Drivers really with their hands full, going from the inside lane, just sliding up to the outside lane. So you knew it was just a matter of time before someone was finally going to lose it.
Yeah, that 14 car with Brian Vickers, he just hadn't seemed comfortable to me in that car the whole time we've been here. It's just been a little bit off for him.
Let's have a look at Brian Vickers in the 14 in black and orange.
Gets a run up on Joey Logano, gets right to his bumper on it. Maybe Joey even had to check up, and when he did that, it just took all the air off of Brian's car and off that rear spoiler, and around it went.
Saw the 19 car right there, Carl Edwards. He hit the wall. I really think you're right. What happened was I think Joey's been having to lift off turn 4 there a little bit because the car wasn't handling good, and he just ran up on him.
2 is still up there. The 38 is half on him. 14 right wheel still out there.
Right there, you saw the left front tire just clip the apron. You could tell that as he got close to him, the car started having a little bit of an issue, and then you saw it just clip the apron, and around it went.
Here's what Brian Vickers had to say.
Need more speed. Car's handling good. 22 just get the brakes coming out of the corner.
That's what I saw. Looked like the 22. I think the car's that loose. I think Joey Logano in the 22 is loose. Had to get out of the throttle a little bit, and Brian Vickers in the 14 ran up on him.
They'll come in from the top of the screen. Here they come, the 2 blue cars.
They are right here.
Wow.
You always say go where the wreck is. Drive toward it because it won't be there when you get there if you're lucky.
And with Carl Edwards, it looked like he was trying to check up, and Trevor Bayne just couldn't get slowed down enough, got in the back of him, turned him into the outside.
He is in 8th place. He is the highest running Ford in the race.
Oh, trouble. Turn 2 down here, guys. Turn 1 and 2. Big trouble.
2 cars hard into the wall. Chris Buescher, one of those 4 rookies, is all tied up with Matt DiBenedetto.
I'm not too sure something didn't happen to one of those cars, because that when I looked up, it was headed straight to the wall as if something happened, maybe a right front tire maybe.
Certainly a lot of damage on these 2 vehicles.
Really hard hit, Jeff. I was looking right at it, and it looked like, well, take a look at it.
Both competing in their first Daytona 500. That was DiBenedetto first into the outside wall.
Well, he got a double whammy.
Buescher.
Anytime you see the rear tires lift up off of a car as it makes impact, you know that's a huge hit.
What I don't like about that is that Buescher hit the wall head on, and then he got hit by DiBenedetto here in the driver's, or in the right side, trying to get a double whammy here.
Can't quite grasp what turned both of those cars. No. They weren't really right together when they came into frame and headed towards the wall.
This happens 8 laps shy of halfway. Straightaway, got himself out of traffic, and now comes to pit road. Chris Neville.
Well, Mike, just heard Greg Biffle on the radio said, I've got a right rear that cut down. You can see a lot of damage to the back right corner of that car, and really a tough break for him. He's had a great day going. Said the balance of that car has been pretty strong all day. He's been running pretty much in the top 10.
Yeah, the old Colonel lost his
and debris is caused the caution here at lap 119. 4th caution flag of the day.
Not surprised. You can see just tire debris flying everywhere there.
Takes a lot of talent to keep that car going at that speed in a straight line. Certainly a lot of damage as you see the carcass of the tire come apart and start tearing up that quarter panel. Going to have a big effect on his race as we move forward. Really hard to for the team to really fix that kind of a damage to the right rear.
That tire comes apart, and we are under caution. While we were away, we had a close eye on Matt Kenseth's number 20, and it looked like something flew out of that car. Take a look on the right side of the number 20, left of your screen.
Yeah, right here he is, and you'll see something come flying out from under it.
Now that'll bounce off the wall, break in two, right into the path of Clint Boyer and Casey Mears' windshield. Jamie?
And Casey Mears said yes, something major hit his windshield. They thought for a minute they would have to pit, but right now he says it seems to be okay, and that's just the first of many issues. You see it right there, bounce right off the 13, who's been struggling today with some different issues, including a right rear issue that cut the tire, but they think it happened from the car.
Unlike your passenger car, these windshields are made of Lexan, an unbreakable plastic like used in fighter pilot canopies.
I almost think that was like a hose or something. I don't think it was a piece of a rope, some sort of hose under the car.
A part of that ended up way to the inside apron of turn number 4, pretty much, we hope, out of harm's way. As the cars flash by to complete lap 138. Hard crash for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Coming off turn number 4, trying to make a bold move in traffic and spinning off track to the inside wall.
We saw Dale Jr. being really aggressive on the outside, making some great moves, trying to get up into the top 5. He goes the outside of the 14 of Brian Vickers here. He drifts up high. But now watch, he's going to come down, he's going to side draft. He wants that left front right on the right rear quarter panel of the 14. But as he gets off the corner, it just comes around on him.
We've seen that several times today. You start to make an abrupt move like that off 4, you spin out.
That looked almost just like Chase Elliott's spin.
Exactly.
His teammate.
Well, you know, we've documented all week long how fast these cars are.
And bumper, he's still going to be there. He doesn't have room, so 3 is going to get to him, though. You're going to keep slow off the corner here. Here they come. Here comes the 3 at your bumper. And looking in there, the 3. Keep coming, buddies. Hold the brake here. Hold the brake. Straight it out, straight it out, straight it out. Caution will be out here. Hold the brake here.
And the favorite,
Sorry about that, guys.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. appears to be out of the Daytona 500.
Popped out there in a hurry.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Nobody made contact with him as he shot through there. Big impact into that inside wall. Luckily, safer barrier lessened that impact by a lot. A lot of disappointed Dale Earnhardt Jr. fans. Definitely.
Well, it's on that track or off. The truth is, what you're made of is what you're made to do.
Whether you work on race cars or your own car.
Saw in our side-by-side coverage, caution is out for the 6th time today. Danica Patrick, Greg Biffle, and now Paul Menard's on pit road overheating. Let's see what happened here with 16 laps to go. You're riding with Biffle.
He gets a big run here on Danica, goes to the inside. Danica wants to squeeze him and try to prevent him from making that pass. He clips her and turns her right into the grass, and unfortunately turns himself as well into that outside wall.
A lot of movement of these cars down the back straight. We see Danica in the 10 right there. There she goes down on the inside. That car really got light. The wheels come off the ground. Roof lid.
Wow.
Push it back down.
That is turf management at its worst right there.
Spectacular shot, and she did a great job keeping it going straight, not getting into that inside wall there, causing more damage. You know, we talk about getting runs, but we also talk a lot about blocking. And right there, that was just a combination of 2 drivers wanting one bit of real estate, weren't willing to give it up in the closing laps. Get that push, but he's trying.
He wants that 4 car to help him. Here he goes.
Next flag ends the race.
I just don't think he can do it from the outside.
He might be able to get up to 3rd, maybe 2nd. I just don't know if he's going to get all the way up to the lead, but here he comes.
Got to run down the back. It's going to be a drag race off turn 4, but I just don't see him being able to pull it off.
He's getting a big push. He's getting a big push.
He's coming. He's up to 2nd.
Hamlin a 2nd. Up
watch
high.
the inside. Watch the inside. Mark Truex Jr. 3 wide.
Truex to the bottom. No, Red.
Kansas saves it. Here they come to the line. This is the finish of the Daytona 500. Side by side, bouncing off each other.
Unbelievable. I think it was Denny Hamlin.
I have it as Hamlin.
By an inch.
What
Denny
a finish.
Hamlin. Oh, my goodness.